Opportunities to foster success happen before, during, and after each meeting when you use your Toastmasters skills. If you connect with one point in each of the 6 sections of the Moments of Truth, you and the club will be better for it. The first 3 parts were covered on June 26. Today, Mark will cover the last 3. And this will be a 13 to 15 minute speech. Moments of Truth, part 4 through 6. Mark Richards.
Should you, Neil? I'm going to shake your hand. But also, if you could pass this out. I imagine that most people don't have the Moments of Truth that I gave out on that day, so this is the same thing.
Okay.
I'm just going to let them pass that out.
Flag.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Do you need a table moved, Mark? Or?
Yeah, that'd be great. Could you move it, scoot it back this way?
Yeah, thank you.
No, this way, Kristen.
Yes.
So, Kristen.
Oh, that way?
Move the podium.
Yeah, actually, you can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. There. Okay. Actually,
This done?
just move it over. Okay, perfect.
Good.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. The Moments of Truth. You might ask, well, what are the Moments of Truth? What does that mean? It took me many years to get a handle on what this is. The Moments of Truth are something that Toastmasters values quite highly. When anyone comes in contact with any aspect of Toastmasters, the person forms an impression based on her experience at that particular time. These decisive times, when initial impressions are formed, are known as the Moments of Truth. It's a rough definition of what Moments of Truth are. Specifically, the Moments of Truth are what makes this club so great. Successfully fulfilling all of these Moments of Truth are one of the reasons that you and you and you and you joined Valencia Toastmasters. You saw something in this club. You saw something in the way that we're organized, that we have an agenda, and that we fulfill our mission in helping you achieve your goals. There are 6 parts to the Moments of Truth, and you can see that on your sheet there. Let's just first talk about what makes a high-quality club. A high-quality club celebrates member achievement. Did we do that today? You certainly did. And I do it, I promise, I'll do it every time you earn a level, you get a level achievement in your path, you will also be recognized by this club. We like to have a supportive and fun environment. Sometimes the table topics are hilarious, sometimes the speeches are great in a way that it's hard to describe. I've been to many other Toastmasters meetings. Angie, I know that you have. You probably, Angie, I'll just focus on you just for a second, because you're not only a member of other clubs, but you've also been to many other meetings. Would you say that based on what you've seen so far, that we're a pretty fun group?
Yes.
Yes. We have a little bit of fun.
But you can answer.
Play around, a little inspiration, play fun. Yeah. We're boring, we come in and we're just doing our job. Another thing that a successful club will have are trained officers. There are 7 officers in our club. We go to trainings twice a year. Because we get trained, we can help you in a better way. We know what we're doing. We've got a job. And because we've got jobs, and we know how to do them, your job is a lot easier. All you have to do is come, speak, do evaluations, get a table topic every so often, pay your dues, and we've got everything going for us. What else? How many people here have mentors? Raise your hand.
What?
Mentors.
Mentors. Okay? We have a very strong mentorship program at this club. I'm working on it. I'm trying to make it even better. The reason for that is, when you first join Toastmasters, you come in, you're a brand new person, you don't know what's going on. If you don't have guidance, it'll be just a mischievous adventure. It'll just be going around and you won't have any idea of what you're doing. You'll be wandering in the field. We want you to be able to focus and achieve some of your goals. Otherwise, you're just going to be wandering in that field. We want you to get, I'm trying to come up with a good analogy and it just didn't happen. It's okay, you get the point. After every speech, immediately, you are going to hear an evaluation. These evaluations are done by us. In fact, everything that we do, the speeches, the table topics, and the speech evaluations are learned by fire. We don't have a course on public speaking. The best way to learn how to speak in public, guess what? Is to speak in public. You could spend $400 at the City College, get a textbook this big, and listen for an entire semester about how to speak in public and give one speech. Or come to Toastmasters, have some fun, get a mentor, have some snacks, and practice the art of public speaking, which will make you better at public speaking. You'll be evaluated, and you'll learn how to do evaluations, guess how? By giving evaluations. The better you are at giving evaluations also, which is kind of fun, the better you'll be at speaking, because you'll be thinking about all the things that somebody said about you. Did he use his hands? Was he locked up? Did he move around? I'm not going to move around just because I've got this right here. Did he fluctuate his voice? Did he give good examples? Did the person make a point? All these things, when you're evaluating, you'll be able to do when you speak, because you'll have done the evaluations. Now, we are going to talk about parts 4 through 6 today. I already did parts 1 through 3. Technically, this is a 1-hour presentation. I've decided to cut it down to 2 15-minute parts. I can do that. I did the first part in 15. Parts 4 through 6 are the following. Program planning and, meeting, where's my glasses? Program planning and meeting organization. How many times have I been through this? And the next part is membership strength. We're going to talk about each of these in just a few seconds. The sixth part is achievement recognition. Talking about the first part, do we have agendas prepared in advance? One of the beautiful things about Toastmasters is we have people come out of the woodwork and create incredible things like our website. That was developed by a Toastmaster. It is currently being developed by another Toastmaster who took it over and has improved it way beyond what it originally was. We can go on there now you can sign up for a role, and hopefully, when the meeting time comes, the agenda will be filled. That's the goal. Not always true, but it happens a lot. But when you get here, we have agendas. We know what we're going to be doing. Part 1 through Part 4. Part 6, we're going to finish on time. We know because we're looking at the agenda and we're following it pretty closely. Technical issues barring. It happens. One thing I didn't do tonight, I'm just going to add this in, is I didn't bring the future sign-up roll. So I urge you to go onto the agenda, since we've got this fabulous tool. Look ahead the next few meetings. If you find that you're not signed up for a role in a meeting, take a role. How do you become a better speaker? Speak. Taking a role like a timer or odd counter, those are important roles too. Make sure your name is on at least one of every one of the future agendas. Number 2, one of the things that is, how do I put this? It's hard to know exactly what every role is, especially when you're new. We have plastic cards that you can read if you're not familiar with the roles. After a while, you'll get used to, okay, I know what table topics is, I know how to be a timer, and you'll be good at it. But how do you get good at it? You actually do it. The more times you become a timer, pretty soon that card, you won't need it, because you'll have done it enough times. You're not studying in a book, we're not watching a YouTube video, we're actually doing it. We used to have a saying, and it's changed a little bit. Every time you give a speech, you want to make it a project speech or a program speech. And the reason for that is, you could come up here, I could come up here and just start talking. But if I have an objective and I'm trying to reach a goal of completing a path, it will not only serve me, but it will serve you as a listening member of the audience. It used to be all speeches are manual speeches, but we don't have manuals anymore. In general, would you say that our meetings begin and end on time? That's important. Part of program planning and implementation. Next, we have, positive and helpful evaluations. We talked about this a little bit. In every evaluation form, you can read the 3rd page, which you may or may not get with the evaluation. But the 3rd page has description of what each of the points of that evaluation are. Every one of the evaluations are very consistent now. Once you do one evaluation, the next time you do an evaluation, it'll start to make sense. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. I've been through this before, I can do it. This is what I know what I'm looking for. Plus, the more times you get up here and give the speech evaluation, what are you doing? You're doing it. We're not taking a course in it, we're not reading a book, we're not watching a YouTube video, we're actually doing it. We have somehow figured this one out. I do not know what the magic is. It's something about maybe the BMW dealership that we're in right now, right? The location that we have. Or it's just our charm. I'm not quite sure. Maybe someone's been managing our meetup page and it's just been like incredible. I think what it is when people come here, they are fascinated. They're like, oh, I've heard about Toastmasters. And they search for Toastmasters and in Valencia, what do they get? Valencia Toastmasters. And then they come through that door, and they might be surprised. Were you surprised? Maybe you were. Maybe you got to a point where you said, you know, I can do that. I think I could do what he's doing. It might take a while. Right now, I'm sitting in the audience, I'm shaking. But people join. You joined recently, perhaps, because you saw something You saw something in yourself that you see in the other people here. And it's exciting. Membership strength, one of the things you want to do is make sure you get to about 20 members. And the reason for that is just traditionally, Toastmasters has found, through enough experience with 16,000 clubs throughout the world, that if a club has about 20 members or more, they'll be successful. So the goal is to have at least 20 members. Madam President, how many members do we have right now?
Currently, we have 31 members.
31 members. Give everyone a good hand. You're doing good. Score one for membership strength.
Yes.
Score several, actually. Community promotion. One of the things that the Vice President of Public Relations will hopefully help us with is getting us involved with the community. And how do we do that? Now, we talked about this in June, but the community is anything that we can do to get our name out there. We're going to be having a 65th anniversary celebration in December, and that will be a community event. I hope you all can make it. Club programs are varied and exciting. We do have different events that happen from time to time, and that makes our membership strength really strong and it keeps it going. Membership building programs. Well, what could you say about that? We have a meetup page. We invite our guests to speak. The guests, did you get a chance to speak when you came here? Well, Angie, you were here first. Yes, you did. And when you were here for the first time, Annabelle, did you speak the first time you were here?
No.
No. Wait a minute, what's wrong with this club?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Even if you just said hello, that's fine. Achievement recognition. We talked a little bit about this, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because we really don't have to. The point is that when you, Mayank, how long ago did you give me your Advanced Communicator Gold material?
One day, and I sent him evening and morning he submitted.
Right.
That fast.
Yes.
Okay, you give me that information, it'll be done. Okay?
Within 24 hours.
Yeah. Do we recognize achievements? Kind of talked about this already. Yes, we do. Next, are they publicized? How many people have been to the website and seen our winners wall? Yeah, well, we recognize it. And now, I don't know if you noticed this, but if you go to the home page, I decided to put the last meeting's winners at the bottom of the home page. So every meeting, that'll be changed out. The Distinguished Club Program is something that hasn't really been talked about here, but we want to follow the DCP, and we'll at some point talk about that as a meeting. We'll have an educational session on that, and we'll talk about that. I hope that everything that I've talked about today helps complete the circle, and if it hasn't, the first 3 were recorded, and I created a YouTube video. When I get this one together, I'm also going to put it together just the same way I did the first one. I'll be sending you all a link. It's 30 minutes total. I highly recommend at least reviewing the first 3 since you weren't here at those, for those who weren't here. And for anybody that wasn't here tonight, I'll be mentioning that it's a good idea. This is what makes our club strong. We are a strong club. The moments of truth are gold. Mr. Toastmaster.
Mark? Thank you.
And I'm not being